showdown underway in Washington over raising the nation's debt ceiling. President Biden and the top 4 congressional leaders will meet again tomorrow to try to hammer out a deal to avoid what the Treasury Secretary has said would be a catastrophic default.
This comes as the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office has also issued its own warning about when the U.S. could run out of money to pay its bills. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington with a story.
Tonight, mixed messages over whether the U.S. is any closer to avoiding a potentially devastating and a first-ever default on its debts. After days of staff-level negotiations, President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy at odds over how much progress has been made towards a deal to pay the nation's bills. McCarthy accusing the White House of wanting a default rather than a deal.
It's just staff moving ideas back and forth, but there's no movement.
But sources tell ABC News the staff-level talks have been productive. Even President Biden saying he's optimistic a default will be averted.
I really think there's a desire on their part as well as ours to reach agreement. I think we'll be able to do it.
The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office warning that there is significant risk the government could run out of money to pay its bills in the first 2 weeks of June. For the first time, the president calling the meetings with Republicans a negotiation after months of insisting that he will not negotiate on GOP demands to tie spending cuts to raising the debt ceiling. Sources familiar with the talks tell ABC News that possible areas of agreement include rolling back unspent COVID relief funds and reforming the permitting process for energy projects. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen urging Congress to act quickly.
There's the serious threat of default can lead to a downgrade of our credit rating and a weakening of consumer confidence. We could see a rise in interest rates drive up payments on mortgages, auto loans, and credit cards.
And President Biden has confirmed another meeting on Tuesday with Speaker Kevin McCarthy to discuss the debt ceiling. The president is scheduled to leave for the G7 summit in Japan on Wednesday, and so far he says that trip is still on. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
If the U.S. defaults on its debt, government payments, including Medicare and Medicaid, SNAP food assistance, veterans benefits, housing assistance, and school lunch programs would also be at risk, negatively impacting millions of Americans across the country.